DEEP has been monitoring the air quality for the last since the last briefing. Currently, all volatile organic compounds are well within the discernible levels. There's no visible contaminants in any of the water or runoff that has as a result of the incident. Currently, the operations are still in the defensive mode. The incident is not under control, although it has been knocked down considerably, and they are in the process of doing overhaul to bring the remaining fire under control.
Anything you can tell us about, I know there's been some drought concerns and some concerns about fires for that reason, and is that separate from this, or anything you can tell us about that?
Well, it's certainly something, as we get into the investigation component of it, is something that we certainly will look at. To say that that had any causative effect with regards to the fire, I think is a little premature to say that.
What's the fuel load in there?
Well, it is a scrapyard.
Yep.
There's wood byproducts. There's also scrap metal. There's tires. There's vehicles. There's some heavy machinery that's also in there. There's some structures for the business itself. Currently, we other than the pile itself, I have no idea in terms of what's the actual fuel load other than what I just reported.
And the bangs that folks have been hearing, I don't know if you covered that already.
The bangs, I mean, that's something we're going to look at. There's also a possibility that there could be some LP propane tanks that were in there that may have caused some of the explosions that some of the neighbors heard. That's something that we are going to look at as well.
Are you still seeing flames?
I'm sure that they are, which is why there's some heavy machinery that's in there that they're using as part of the overall so they can get to the root and the base of the seat of the fire. It's a pretty large pile, so clearly as part of the suppression efforts, they have to work their way down.
And just once again, because we're live on Fox 61 right now, for viewers who are waiting for that air quality control, give an update again on that. It's okay?
Yeah, and again, DEP reports, and I quote, all volatile organic compounds are well within the discernible levels. There's no visible contaminants in any of the water or runoff.
Is it safe to say that you're able to let some of your area help that came in go back now?
Well, that's clearly an operational issue. They're going to maintain the resources here until such time that it is under control. And I do want to go back to one point that you brought up. We are still asking that area residents, if they can, stay away from the area, keep their windows closed, and to not touch any of the debris that may have blown with wind or whatnot.
And do you know if runoff is a concern at this time?
Not at this time.
Okay.
And you said people heard explosions in the area?
Yes.
When the fire first started?
When the fire and throughout some of the event.
Did a neighbor call it in? Was there anyone here at the time?
Our Montville emergency dispatch received approximately 30 911 calls. So this was a pretty significant event, and it's in the early stages.
And at what point did you make the decision to call in all the other agencies?
That was something that the incident commander, Chief Turner, who from the Montville Fire Department, when he came in, they have their established protocols with response to mutual aid. So that would have been something that he decided on arrival.
Air get called out here a lot for fires?
I don't have that data in front of me, sir.
Can you estimate how many crews, how many people were here? I mean, how many?
In terms of resources, we had approximately 15 different agencies, and that's an approximation. I don't have an exact count, and that's from throughout southeastern Connecticut. And again, the last count I had, there were 13 tankers that were currently in the tanker line, and there's 2 separate tanker task force that are in operation, either currently on operation or on standby.